Military service animals have been in use since 1100 BC. In the U.S. military, dogs have been used in multiple roles, from security to message delivery, even to bomb sniffing. Dogs have been in use, in specific, in the U.S. military since 1914. Ever since World War I, there has been a canine unit ready to deploy. War. It's deadly, it's dirty, it's horrific and terrifying. Men and women fight for their country. But what most people don't know is that dogs fight alongside them. From Russia to the US, dogs have been deployed to assist their handlers in combat or in security matters. In the modern canine units here in America, training can mean the difference between life or death. Dogs trained on bases like Fort Sam Houston will deploy into the combat zone and sniff for bombs, or help provide security for forward outposts. We were able to get an exclusive interview with Sergeant First Class Jenkins.
Thank you, Sergeant First Class Jenkins, for letting us interview today. So, how long have you been a military dog handler?
18 out of the 20 years I've been in the military. They also have now in our how can I put it? In our inventory, it's what they call a specialized search dog. Those dogs, they get trained at Lackland. I think their training is like almost 6 months long. They get trained at Lackland, and then when the handler leaves Lackland, he takes that dog, and wherever he goes, he takes that dog. Those dogs are the only one handler dogs ever in our inventory right now.
So what do you typically do on a daily basis with a military dog?
Well, first things first, when you first go in, you got to do your health checkpoints. Standard stuff that anybody should do to have a dog, and it's really pretty much you're grooming them. Of course, you let them on so they can take a break and go to the bathroom or whatever. But then after that, you're grooming them. You're rubbing them with your hands to feel to make sure the dog doesn't have any. Maybe over the night he didn't have like a spider bite, or maybe get snagged in the kennel or something and have some kind of abrasion on him. So you're kind of checking the dog out. And while you're doing that too, it's actually building your rapport with them. Dogs are really, if you notice, dogs are really like touchy-feely type animals. They like to rub up on you and all that kind of stuff. So doing that, it kind of helps you build a rapport with them. After that, you pretty much normally are doing training. So it's either depending on what your training NCO puts out for you. And what I would do is I would always put out for the guys, guys and females, that you had, even while you're waiting to do your detection part, which is in a building trying to find explosives or narcotics, while you're waiting to do that, you could also be doing the obedience. You could do the bite work part of it, because 90% of our dogs in the Army's inventory is what they call dual purpose. So they can actually go out and bite somebody, because they're actually police dogs. So they actually go out and they can actually go out and apprehend and bite somebody, bite a suspect, and they can flip gears and they can go and find. They can either find narcotics, or they have another dog, they can find explosives as well. I've seen probably literally by hundreds of dogs just come through. And it's because they pick them up, they buy them, you pick them up, you're training them, and you're just pushing them out. And at any given time, you might have, as a trainer, you might have 3, 4 dogs, and if somebody goes on leave that's on your team, you have to pick them up. So you're constantly training with dogs, which is fun. It wasn't like work. I loved it. Then I left there and I went to Korea again for a second time, where I picked up a new dog, worked with her, and I really had to do a lot of training, a lot of one-on-one training with her, because I got there right around the time of, matter of fact, I got there a week before 9/11 hit. I was actually in the gym when 9/11 hit, so I wasn't even a certified team. I still was training with this dog. Finally got certified with her, did a mission for George Bush when he came over to Korea. Then I left Korea, went to Japan and picked up another dog. And it can be hard for some handlers, but I guess for me being at Lackland, it kind of desensitized me, because I had so many dogs and seen so many dogs. You have favorites. Some dogs pick it up real fast. Some dogs require you to do a lot of work. So you kind of, after a while, I kind of was like, okay, another dog. But my last dog, which was Wilson, the dog I deployed with, was like the best dog I had, because I had to put a lot of work into him. Again, another dog that somebody else had messed him up. And that's the hard part about being a dog handler. Each part of training is done every day. Every day.
So we're going to do another video later on this week about, we got the Air Force to let us videotape them doing a bite. So is this just like doing the bite scene where the dog?
Right.
So do you guys do that every single day, or each?
Yeah.
Or just rarely?
Every day. every day that's done. Bite work is done every day because, again, bite work is one of those things, and they'll probably tell you the same thing. Bite work is one of those things that if a dog doesn't do it, after some dogs, they'll mess it up. You know, if a dog's been sitting, like, let's say for holidays, say your dog's been sitting for a while and you happen to be off because you went on leave for the holidays and you're on leave for, let's say, 20 days or whatever. So now your dog's sitting in the kennel. Now, I'm not going to pull your dog out and do bite work with him. Now, I might pull him out and let him go to the bathroom, you know, give him a break out in the break area, may throw a ball to get him some exercise so he's not cooped up, but then I'm putting him right back up. It's not going to be a long, labor-intensive, you know, training process. Just something to let the dog stretch his legs out.
Military service dogs will always have a job in the armed forces. As technology advances, so do the role of dogs, as well as the dangers to our men and women. Dogs in our armed forces can help by sniffing for bombs, providing security, and fill roles that humans cannot fill.